Hey everybody, thank you for listening to Joc and Lew talk to you. We hope you appreciate it on the news.
Appreciate it on the news. That's the goal, to get this onto the news.
Yeah, I mean,
Get on the local.
new local podcast stars in Moline, Illinois.
Yeah, also, just having a part of the news, and now for some fucking randomness, we cut to, oh god.
Hey, if the Portillo's lady can be, I don't think that was on the news, but
Yeah, I don't know. I'm sure there was
maybe after the fact.
We should look it up to see. There's got to have been a local news thing that was
This
Quad
went viral.
City making the rounds online and not for the best reasons.
Quad City's embarrassed again. Hey, it happens to the best of places.
No, yeah. It's a very charming embarrassed.
Yes. We love the Quad Cities. I just want to emphasize that before people are like, freak you, man.
I feel like we're in a weird place right now because we've only lived here for 3 years.
Yeah.
And I feel like we're in a weird place where we're here long enough to want to make jokes about it.
Yeah.
But we haven't been here long enough where it's if Quad Cityans are going to be probably I can make fun of it, but you can't.
Yeah, yeah.
So we're probably new enough where it's how dare you?
We should send out a survey.
When
Basically.
it's appropriate.
Yeah. Do you think we've lived here for 3 years and we're excited to call it our home. Do you think it's appropriate for us to make Quad City based jokes yet?
Yes.
Can we make truck eating bridge jokes? Yes or no?
Well, and I feel like there's ranges too, because it's the truck eating bridge, yes, but making fun of that's embarrassing.
Yeah.
No, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
the self-deprecating.
Yeah. Can we make fun of flooding jokes?
Yeah, maybe on the Illinois side, but not the Iowa side.
Yeah, because Rock Island has the barrier.
The barrier.
But Davenport doesn't.
Yeah.
But then Davenport paid for the bridge.
Yeah.
Or something.
I don't know.
This is what we hear.
Yeah.
And
Little
I didn't.
tidbits of gossip.
I didn't look into it myself.
No.
I'm going to be honest.
No.
I don't know if Illinois did or did not pay for our portion of the I-74 bridge.
Yeah, I don't even know how you looked at it.
I know it was a big learning day of with the old I-74 bridge, the difference between explosion and implosion. No, there was dynamite. There should be an explosion.
Man, I wanted concrete flying all around. I wanted Armageddon, the movie in downtown Moline, with just pieces of burning concrete from the old bridge go flying through the cones building. That's what I wanted.
I think the middle of Vibrant Arena or the Mark or whatever has a piece of the I-74 bridge, how Sue's head in the Field Museum is at least how it used to be displayed.
Yeah. Wow, that was an old bridge. Look at that. You can see the char marks from the explosion. Yeah, that was a whole to do of the bridge. And
we live kind of close to it, so we could
Yeah.
maybe hear it a little in the morning.
I remember one.
So it was really early in the morning each time.
Yeah, I remember one of the times I did it. I heard just a loud thing outside.
Yeah,
and it's oh, I wonder what that was. Oh, it was probably the bridge. And then there was smoke. We could see smoke coming up.
Yeah.
Because we're I guess they exploded the bridge.
Or imploded the bridge.
Imploded. I know people went to go watch. You were disappointed.
I thought the first time they made an implosion and they're like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Maybe the second time they made more of a show of it. I don't know if that's true, but at least that's the story I want to tell myself at least.
I like the idea where the city was or whoever was in charge of doing that was let's give the people what they want.
Yeah. Oh my God. Sorry.
Crazy cat time.
We had a crazy cat time. Well, anyways, explosions kind of go into oh my God, juju. Implosions and explosions works really well with our topic of today, which is kind of going to be a continuous thing that we're going to do on our podcast.
We gotta come up with a name for the
So basically,
Pitchstorm episode.
So basically, Pitchstorm episode. There is a party game called Pitchstorm. I think it's from the same people that do red flags me. I don't know. It's like okay. So it's like obviously like lineage from Cards Against Humanity.
Yeah.
I don't really like Cards Against Humanity, but it's, if that didn't exist, we wouldn't have this game.
Right.
And basically it's a little bit different. It's a party game where you draw like a plot and like a character.
Mm-hmm.
And then like the judge is like the producer or executive or whatever. And they have like producer notes, and like you have a certain amount of time to like, look at your topic, and then the judge can like stop you and it's very fun, very silly time. We've only really played it once, but it was a great time, and I would love to play it again, like as is the function. Other than I think you should increase, like they only give you like 45 seconds, including producer like notes.
Yeah.
And I think that it should be at least like 2 minutes.
It's also a game where you can change. They say in the manual, I think it's like literally like this. The point of the game isn't to win. If you care about that, here's how to do it, but it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
The point is to just like come up with silly stuff.
The point is to have fun. It's not about winning or losing. It's just about like, it's just a house game, house party game. You can have house rules.
Yeah, people are like that. You're probably supposed to be drunk while playing it and all that stuff.
You don't have to be drunk.
You don't have to be.
I was not drunk while playing this, and I had a great time.
I don't think any of us were.
Okay, perfect.
So, but yeah.
So that's to give you a lot of background. It's one of these games. We had it for like a year, and we just started like playing it. We had this game, and we had like a Jurassic Park game that we were going to add to the Last Picture House game pile, and then we never did. And now I'm too embarrassed. I think we sold it.
I think we took it because we did a big run to Half Price Books, and we were like, instead of giving it to them, we'll just get 4 cents for it or whatever.
Hey, we actually did really well on that Half Price Books. Oh my god!
I don't know what this book fell before, and I put it right back to where it was when it fell.
Okay, so how we're gonna play it, because obviously we have to adjust it a little bit. I wanted to say why, and then I'll get into how we're gonna play it. Okay. So obviously this is like a film-based party game, writing-based party game, and I think that's very fun. And I think for the podcast, like I wanted to record something today because I genuinely had a really good time recording the other day, and I want to do it again. Yep. But I didn't have like a great idea, and I just want to be like putting up stuff, you know? And so I was like, why don't we play Pitchstorm and we adjust the rules? And I think it also puts our mind on like being creative, like in a writing, especially film space. And then like when we played with friends, it was fun because like we added like in jokes about the industry and stuff. So if you get to cosplay as a executive, it's fun to I guess take the piss out of them a little bit into whatever narrative you're building at your party. So that's what I like. It's a very, to me, it's like creative game, and it's about film, which like is kind of something that I wanted to focus on in this new year, is like getting back into this passion or interest of mine.
Yes, I also want to focus.
Well, I say that because I, in the past, have put my eggs in multiple baskets, and now I kind of want to. Either way, that's a whole different topic for a different. Either way, Pitchstorm is a game, and we're gonna have a great time. How we're gonna play it is that we got character card and we got a plot card. We already have that chosen for us, and we drew one and we liked it. Yeah. But we haven't really like looked at it like a ton. We just like, oh, that was funny, and then we started like setting up, like I made tea. We set up Audacity and stuff like that. So it's not like we've been pre-planning this movie in our head. In future ones, we will draw it live.
Yeah.
But the card that we will draw live is the producer note card. And so when the producer note or executive note card comes in, they're like, basically like, that story is great, but what if you added blank?
Yeah.
Or whatever.
It's a great game mechanic because it throws a wrench into like doing your fun pitch, and it's
Yeah.
also thematic because it's like that's the big joke is that the studio executives always have terrible notes.
Yes, spiders in Superman or whatever that was.
It's a fun shorthand. Yeah, man, spiders and Superman.
That would be a great band podcast.
Spiders and Superman.
Yeah.
That is a great.
Okay,
title
guys,
for
don't
something.
we have a new show coming out. It's called Spiders and Superman, where we take alleged producer notes and we goof on them.
That
I
could
guess.
be what we call these episodes.
Yes.
We're doing a Spider-Man and
Spiders and
Spider-Man.
No, you are.
Damn it! It's too hard.
Slow down. Spiders and Superman.
Yes. And S&S.
So we're gonna start with what we have so far. I have a random timer generator. So the timer is minimum 10 minutes, but maximum 25 minutes. And then I'm gonna click ready when we start, and the timer will randomly go off in between one of those intervals.
Yeah, and the idea is we're gonna try to create a whole story from this. Like it's the game. It's like you're trying to just come up with some little snappy, quick, jokey
Like
thing.
pitch, I guess.
But we're gonna try to like flesh out
at
like,
least
the
a
whole-
little bit
Yeah.
more, like not like intensely.
Okay.
It's somewhere in between.
Yeah, well,
somewhere in between writing a Cuphead's a feature and a pitch.
Right, yeah. This is
Somewhere in between there. That's the idea.
Yeah,
Hey, if we only get to pitch, that's okay too.
yeah, right. Yeah, this is This is our
It's our
test out.
first time. Don't bully us. So that's what we got going on. I'm going to drink some tea and water really quick, and then I will click ready and we'll go.
Nice.
I gotta do a face massage. I've been talking so much the last 4 days that my face hurts.
Oh no.
I'm sorry.
The fuck?
That's what I needed.
Okay,
I didn't realize it would spit so much.
It's fair. It's just jarring. I didn't know what was happening, and I heard the noise. I looked over and just saw spit flying.
Okay, 3, 2, 1, start. So it's also a mystery timer.
Yeah.
A soccer mom determined to help her kids win the big game gets in trouble with the mafia.
Okay.
That is the pitch, which
Yeah.
first of all sounds amazing.
Yeah.
I feel like the only like mom-centric movie that came out this year was like Night Bitch.
Yeah. Has that come out already?
Yes, it's
Okay.
gone and went.
Oh no. Okay. Yeah.
Based on the book. So you go while I drink some tea.
Okay. I think first you got to figure out, are we trying to work on it or pitch it? Because I was going to say, like, well, first we got to figure out, like, in what way is she trying to help them win, right? Because that should probably lead to the mafia thing.
Well, probably like a bake sale. Like I need to fundraise money to get them to nationals.
Okay.
That's like a thing.
Okay, so it's not, we're not going absurd comedy where she's like dressing up as a little kid or something. And, like being like she's an ex soccer league champion.
Yeah.
And she's now okay.
I
And she's not,
think it would make more sense, although I do like the ridiculousness
Okay.
of it.
And-
what your pitch is or idea is so
yeah,
far.
and maybe she's also the coach.
Yeah, that could be something.
Okay. But it definitely like what she does pulls the mafia in.
Yes.
So what's something that like okay, so if she's doing a bake sale,
yeah.
how do you get involved in the mafia when it whoa
Okay.
sorry,
You go.
ahead.
I was going to just say mafia they usually have money in their organizations.
Yeah,
So,
right.
And the bake sale's trying to raise money. So we got a link there.
Okay.
Okay. Go ahead. What were you struck by lightning about?
Okay. What if one of the kids on the soccer team is a child of a mafioso? Mafioso? Like their kid is one of the kids on the lead in the team.
Yeah.
And so there's like this, the mom and the parent that's in the mafia are both like, we got to help them however we need to help them.
Yeah.
And then she doesn't realize that like the other parent is in the mafia. So there's like, they just go down this like route where like maybe it's farcical.
Yeah.
Where the mom person doesn't realize that she doesn't know that she's not
so
in the
busy
mob.
all the time being mom.
Yeah, and she's like, okay, well, we're gonna like. I feel like there's like the scene that
she doesn't see the warning signs of the other parent wearing like fur coats or whatever.
Yeah, right. And then like there's like gonna be that turn scene where it's like, okay, we're meeting here to do the thing, and then the mom is like, yeah, of course, yeah. And then that's when it's like, whatever the situation is, like maybe they're like, beating someone up to get something out of them.
Okay.
And the mom is immediately like. That's when the mom was like, what is happening?
Yeah.
And then she's like, what do you mean what's happening? You agreed to do, like, this is what we'd agreed to do.
Okay. What do mafias typically do business in?
I know construction's a big one, I think.
Is it? Oh.
There's like, I think it's the cliches are usually like.
I don't know if I can use my phone because it has a timer. I think it would still work, but.
Here, you want me to.
Yeah, can you look up what is typical mafia
Here, I'll just
businesses?
What is typical mafia businesses?
We don't really watch that many mafia movies.
Okay, here's how stuff works. 10 businesses supposedly controlled by the mafia. Of course, with a picture of the Sopranos.
Yes.
So we have.
I want to watch it. I haven't watched it ever, and apparently it's a big deal.
Yeah, I've heard about it like almost my entire life.
Me too.
All right. Garbage hauling, waste management. Yeah, waste management is a big one. Here, there's just a list at the top. Gambling.
Oh, that's a good one.
Carpentry and construction. Ooh, wind energy. That's fun because it's like modern.
Okay.
Real estate. Restaurants and pizzerias.
Ooh.
Bakery.
Yeah.
Bars. Pornography. Probably want to stay away from that one. Music recording. Number one is drugs.
Well, I was thinking drugs.
Okay.
But, okay. What if the other parent or the mafia parent starts selling drugs at the bake sale?
Okay. Yeah.
And like it's to the other parents.
Yeah.
Unbeknownst to the soccer mom doing the bake sale.
Okay, yeah, okay. I do like the idea of the other parent also being a mom.
Yeah.
Just because I do like the very Long Island mafia wife.
Yeah.
And like casting someone who will really play that up.
Lady Gaga.
Yes, okay. Lady Gaga is the mafia mom.
I'm trying to think of like who would be, and casting is the fun part. Who would be like regular mom?
Yeah, regular mom is we probably want a comedic actress.
Yeah, but not like too comedic.
Yeah, we don't want like
I don't want Amy Poehler. I don't want Tina Fey.
I don't want I think like there's a version of this movie that we wouldn't like, which stars
I'm like the movie we're pitching. I feel like that like Will Ferrell crowd.
Yeah,
like they had like a casino movie.
Yeah, there's like movies
that
like
we
this.
watched one time.
There's the one with I can't think of her name, but she would be a quick cast for this, but we don't want to cast her.
Melissa McCarthy.
She has one where she's like it's kind of similar, where she's like a CEO, but then she has to like. Work with
the Girl Scout. Yeah,
okay.
I feel like Melissa McCarthy has such untapped. Like she has so much potential.
That's
Anyways.
we want somebody like.
Let's just
fresh comedic, whatever.
Yeah. Well, pause on that.
Yeah.
What if it was someone like, Tig Notaro?
Oh, okay. I mean, if we could get Tig, that's huge. Especially because like I feel like with the premise you expect a McCarthy.
Yeah.
But when you get like Tig energy where she's like, a lot of it's just like, okay, so we're selling drugs now to help the kids. I guess so. I think that's a much more fun, because then you have Lady Gaga. You reverse how you expect it, and Lady Gaga is the one who's like the over the top, like basically like you remember what you did in Gucci?
Yeah, House of Gucci.
Gucci. Do that, but like great movie, loved it, absolutely marvelous performance, but like do that, but like
Rose Byrne would be someone that often gets cast in these types of roles, and I don't think she would exactly hit it though.
This is gonna happen a lot.
Yeah.
Who is that? Because I'm so bad.
Neighbors and Insidious.
Okay. Okay. She'd be great.
Yeah.
I like
She's closer, but I like something so absurd
Yeah.
almost.
Okay, so we have Tig Notara and we have
Lady Gaga, potentially.
Yeah, potentially. We're writing for them. We don't know if they're attached yet. So I do like the because Lady Gaga is just like unhinged.
Yeah.
So it's like, we're going to do a bake sale.
And she's selling Coke to the other.
Yeah. And she's like, so it's like, there's whatever the thing they need to raise money for. They need the new uniforms or to
go to nationals.
To go to nationals,
or
whatever.
And like Lady Gaga's arc is that she needs to be more involved with her child's life.
Yeah. There's like, she's like,
like it's like the opposite, buddy cop in a way, where like Tig Notaro needs to learn that she needs to like make more time for herself.
Yeah. Lady
Gaga needs to learn.
Lady Gaga learns. Yeah, they help each other learn. Like, it's important to have time for yourself, but also have time for your kids. That's great. So yeah, they're gonna do let's do a bake sale, and because then there's like a double reversal where it's like, you think what's gonna happen is gonna be like, because it's a cliche of like, like, did you like basically there's like what do you mean we've been selling, like, because it's like they have the bake sale and they make like hundreds of thousands of dollars. And Tig Notaro was like, how did we possibly make this much money?
Yeah.
And Lady Gaga's like, what do you mean? We did real good. Like, and then that's the reveal of like, I thought we were on the same page. We're selling the bake, a bake sale, quote unquote. And then you think it's like, did you put weed in the brownies? He's like, no, I just sold bricks of coke and heroin. So it's like not even like the weed and the brownie thing. It's like she's just selling hard fucking drugs. And then like, there's the bake sale. You have the great scene where there's like Wall Street bros and who are coming to this like the line down the block for this like kids soccer team.
Oh, what's the one comedic actor who is like kind of like always like he's like John Mulaney's Wario, but sad.
John Mulaney's Wario, but sad.
Nathan Fielder.
Nathan Fielder is who is he?
He's one of the business guys
buying coke and what have you.
Maybe he gets implicated, and that leads to their troubles later. Like that leads to like, we gotta stop this,
or like he's a lawyer.
Oh,
and then, he comes back later to help them out. In court or something.
Tim Robinson would be the one that gets
Tim
caught.
Robinson, you have Tim Robinson in a scene where they're like waiting in line. He's like, "Can we fucking hurry up?"
Maybe he would be the great coach.
Yeah, he's the coach.
who's buying the drugs.
So he's the coach, and he's just like super high strung.
Yeah.
And, there's like scenes where Tig Notaro was like, I don't know, man. Maybe you should like lay off the kids. He's like, don't tell me how to do my fucking job. And then just runs off. And then later, there's just a fun little bit where he's like, or like where Lady Gaga's like, I mean, he's like one of our best customers. And then Tig like sees him, and he's like, you look at him in the field in the background, running around, just like yelling at the kids. And she's like, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. So yeah, then they do the bake sale, and then there's got to be some trouble that happens on the bake sale, where.
Maybe it's like, why do we even do a bake sale anymore? And then everyone's like, where's the cookie? I don't know.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, so we have, it gets in trouble with the law, possibly.
Yeah. Or there's like, okay.
Okay.
Lady Gaga, turns out she took the drugs from her mob husband.
Yes.
And he's like, what do you mean you took these drugs to sell to the bake thing or whatever?
Yeah.
And she's like, you said I should be you said I should be with the kids more. I'm trying to take part in the kids' lives. Make up your mind, motherfucker. And he's like, you can't take those drugs. So now they're like in trouble with like they have maybe she sold them way under market value. Yeah, right. Yeah,
she doesn't really know the market value because she always has access to these things.
Like, relax, we made $10,000. There's plenty for the kids and for us. It's like, that was $4.5 million worth of coke and heroin you sold.
I don't want to sell heroin. I feel bad.
Okay, no heroin.
Just coke.
Okay, yeah. Heroin's too far. That was millions worth of coke. Right. And she's like, Oh, that's more than I thought. So then there's like maybe a.
That's why it was so popular.
Yeah, because there's a Tim Rhodes like, you can't beat these prices. So they're now like
They're short on cash again.
Yeah, there's
so now they actually have to use a bake sale, and then
so now people keep coming for the drugs, and it's like,
no, buy our baked goods because we got to make up for the loss of the Coke.
There could be a scene where it's like a sugar cookie.
Yeah,
and then like just a dude is like,
oh,
okay,
it's producer note time.
Producer note time. Oh, I had a great joke, but it's fine.
Go ahead, tell your joke.
A guy comes up and he like takes a sugar cookie and he crunches it up and he starts snorting it, thinking that the Coke is in there.
Yeah.
And then there's just a shot of Tig Notaro watching him, and then be like, I mean, good luck with that. Okay, producer note.
Producer note. Great news. We have a grant to film this whole movie at the North Pole.
Okay, well, shit.
I think that's perfect. That helps a lot.
You think that helps a lot?
Yeah, well, because it can be Christmas Eve. Or, Coke and it's snow.
Yeah, I was thinking like it has to be North Pole centric, but we're just filming at the North Pole.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be about Santa's workshop.
How often are people playing soccer in the dead of winter, though? Okay, that's the thing. It's like an indoor. Maybe they need money to help. Oh God, like they play indoors.
Yeah,
but they need to travel to where it's warmer. Oh man, it has to be in the. Okay, so it has to be winter. I do like the Christmas.
Okay, well, how do we make this a Christmas movie? Because we could interpret this producer note a lot of different ways.
Yeah. Well, so all we know. So it just says good news.
This is great news.
Great news. We have a grant to film the whole movie at the North Pole. Okay, so it's at the North Pole. Question.
Yes.
Is this a reality where Santa Claus exists and lives at the North Pole?
We can do that.
So,
I feel like that's a fair enough read of the card.
So in this world, when they say at the North Pole, we have access to Santa and his workshop.
Yes.
Like, okay, so this movie is being pitched in a world where Santa is real. So,
yes.
Okay. Number one, here's the hope. We got a hard pitch. Hopefully we can get Santa to play the mob husband.
Yes. This is Mrs. Claus.
Yeah.
Mrs. Claus is the mob wife.
Oh my God. Speaking of industries that the mafia gets involved in, maybe the mafia has basically taken over Santa's whole deal.
Oh, and his workshop is a drug place.
Yeah.
Drug manufacturer.
At some point, I think we're building lore for the world the movie is in, not the movie itself.
We need to build the lore so that we can write the movie.
Well, no, I guess, the lore is that Santa's real. And in the movie, Santa's workshop, Santa, if we can convince Santa, he might be offended by this idea. But at some point in history, the mob took over. Maybe it's like, remember that movie?
I feel like Santa could be like The Rock in this case.
Sure, like a red one where...
Well, like, he acts like The Rock.
Okay, like he's like a tough guy.
Well, no, like he's like arrogant.
Oh, you're saying he's an arrogant asshole. Like in the reality that the movie...
Okay, I think we need to come back to... Well, first of all, there's no more timer.
Oh, yeah.
So we don't have a timer going forward, so we have time. So everyone, calm down.
Everyone calm down.
Okay. Wait, what was what time are we at?
I mean, we're at 34, but like a huge portion of that is...
Yeah, is me drinking tea and trying to get Orange to meow into the microphone.
Yeah, so we could either set a new timer for another one or try to finish this one off and see if we want to do another.
I think we try to finish this one off with the producer's note. Don't worry about the time.
Okay.
We're okay. Like, we just need to finish it within reasonable podcast time.
Okay. All right. So we're shooting at the North Pole. We need to...
we need to establish, is Santa real, like, in this movie? Like, I was thinking more like the North Pole could mean like it could be a movie with Santa.
Yeah. Okay.
It
So
doesn't like with a Santa character.
Yeah.
I didn't mean that Santa was legitimately real.
right. I mean,
In the
we're
movie,
shooting.
he's real.
We're shooting at the North Pole, but we're doing a Santa movie on location.
Yes.
Like even though you could just have the North Pole be anywhere, that's okay.
Yes, we're
So-
shooting on location.
Right, we got it. We got this grant to shoot in the North Pole, so we might as well make it Christmas themed.
Yes.
Okay, so Santa's not real in the. If kids are listening, Santa's very real. But,
No, if kids are listening, Santa is not real.
Yeah.
The realness is the magic that you make with the time that you have with others.
Yeah. Aw.
So-
that's the button to the end of the movie. That's
Yeah.
that's the big message of the movie. That's the
theme.
The theme. Okay, so yeah, so I think the big thing we have to figure out
Yes.
is the soccer in winter.
Yes.
If we're
It's like hockey,
yeah,
kind of.
yeah,
Anyways.
yeah. Well, yeah, it's like that in that they're both sports.
Yeah.
One is played in winter. One is played on a grass field in the summer. I think.
I think anytime
Anytime
there's not snow on the
it's a
ground.
non-snow based
Yeah.
sport.
Well, I was
So-
like, hockey is like soccer winterfied.
Yeah, sure, that's true. Yeah. So
I don't know if I'm helping or adding complications. Anyways,
So-
go ahead. Go talk.
okay, so I feel like that has to be addressed,
Okay.
right? Because it's like, why the fuck is there a soccer team in the North Pole?
Okay.
And also, how could there be the whole league? And it says the big game. What does it say? It says, a soccer mom determined to help her kids win the big game. Okay, so there's a big game.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So the league is all like, if we use like Santa's workshop elves, those are like Santa's like children.
Sure,
They're like
yeah.
the extended
Yeah.
ness to it. But Tig Notaro has been relocated to do, her work.
Yeah.
Right, at the North Pole.
Right.
So she enrolls her kids in the soccer league that they have at the North Pole.
Yeah, 'cause it's like she takes a job as admin for Santa or something.
Or whatever.
Or I don't know.
She's
what-
doing like ocean research.
Yeah, she's a researcher or something. So they're in the North Pole, and her kids loved soccer.
Yeah.
And so that's like the big disappointment. But then she realized she's like she's first day at work. Somebody mentions the Santa Claus Soccer League,
Yes.
and so she's like, "Oh my god, great news!" And then there's like, when we first visit the North Pole,
And it's just themed that way. She doesn't realize that Santa's actually real.
yeah, she thinks it's just like a theme, and but there's like on the premises, the workshop premise, Santa's home.
Yes.
There's like a big dome where it's like Sandy's.
Dome. In
Dome,
in
yeah. It's
SpongeBob.
dome where it's heated and it's like, it's Santa Magic or whatever.
Yeah.
Keeps it nice so they can play soccer there.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and then there's the elves. So that could be we could have some fun scenes with the kids and they're like playing with the elves and the elves are just like smoking cigars and stuff. And they're like, these kids are weird. So there's a big league, yeah. And then Santa is mad at Mrs. Claus for not making the elves' lives enough. She's not taking part of the family business enough.
Yeah.
She needs to have a better rapport with the elves.
Yeah.
So is the coach, we dropping him or is he like an elf or how does that work? I guess there's other adults who live in the North Pole in this world.
Yes.
Because
How does this work? How does this fucking work?
like we need people to be buying the drugs.
Should we nix the whole Santa element to it?
Okay, let's try nixing the Santa Claus. So
Okay.
it's basically the
We're just redoing everything except, okay, why is the Mafia there? Why is Tig Notaro? We know why Tig Notaro is up there.
yeah.
We gotta figure out why the Mafia is up there.
Yeah, so Tig Notaro has been relocated.
She works at like the Thing base.
Yeah, right. Yeah, they're in this like it's this isolated, cold. It's just this like far out like cold community. I don't know how that works. There's like
Well, okay. All right, go ahead.
It's just like, they live in a small town on the North Pole. I didn't even know people lived up there. They sure do.
Yeah.
And we're gonna go live up there because I got this big job. And they're like,
Hey,
but we
climate change. There might be, not so cold times.
right. So they get, oh well, but we love soccer. She finds out that there. Okay, here we go. She finds out there's this crazy soccer league, right?
Yeah.
And she finds out that the mob, the head mob, he fled to the North Pole because he had he's running from the law.
Yeah.
He's on the lam.
Okay.
And this is kind of like a place in North Pole where there's just like a mob presence in this small town.
Yeah, they had to hide away. Maybe Lady Gaga's character, like, she wants to move back and she wants to feel like a mafia again.
Yeah, she misses it. She misses the Long Island life.
Yeah.
And so, and he's like, we have to live here because
we have to live on the land.
Yeah.
And, maybe that, like, was his own, like, internal, like, calling as a mafioso was like, I don't want to be a mafioso anymore. I want to, I want to live off the grid.
Yeah.
He became one of those people. That,
yeah. Now, the drug thing, if we still do that, maybe it's like, but then it's like, oh, maybe she just sells the drugs and he's like, why did you get us back into this?
Yes.
Like, you dragged us back into the mob work. And it gets the attention of, like, other mob, because there has to be some conflict with the mob, with, like, the soccer, I feel like. Okay. Man, this note really
this note really fucked up. We have to do it because if we produce this movie, then we'll be set for life, and then we can just, one big one for them, the rest for us. So this is why we're doing this, folks.
Yeah, you pulled off the big North Pole soccer movie. You got financing for whatever projects you want.
Yeah, and we don't have to worry about, like, funding for retirement anymore. We're good. This is why we push through.
Yeah. Okay.
I've always said I'll do one studio movie if I never have to worry about money again.
Yeah. Okay, so maybe we don't do the.
Okay, let's switch it up. Let's start from the beginning. Let's start. Okay.
Now that we know it has to take place in a snowy atmosphere.
Okay, start from the fucking beginning. Okay. Tig Notaro moves to the North Pole to finish her doctorates in climate change oceanography studies.
Okay.
And brings her kids with her as she is going through a divorce.
Okay, nice.
She enrolls them in the local small, soccer thing, and they have the chance to go to nationals but need the money to go there, and nationals brings them back to, like, their home. It's like a reason to go home. Like, they're very, like, dedicated, like, I want to go home and see my friends and show them how good at soccer I am.
Maybe that's a thing, because you can get comedy out of, like, a soccer league in the North Pole.
Yeah.
And, like, they're playing soccer, but there's, like, snow and it's hard. But then, like, her kid or her kids are, like, soccer like, they're so good at soccer.
Yeah.
And so, like, the rest of the team is like, you're incredible. Like, because they're all terrible at soccer because they've only played in snow.
Yeah.
But this person, like, the kid is really good, and it's, like, this exciting thing. And, like, for the mom, it's, like, exciting because the kid is, like, this big hero to the team, and, like, it's meant so much to the kid of adjusting to living, and it's given the kid something to look forward to. So they're like, you're great at soccer. We actually have a chance this year. And then the Tim Robbins character can be back, and he's like, it's like, also he's always in giant coats. I like that imagery. And they're all just so excited about the fact that they actually are doing good this year. Mm-hmm. And I guess other leagues fly into the North Pole to play them. I don't know.
Oh, well, now we have to get in trouble with the mafia.
Yeah.
Okay. So, I think maybe if there's, like, some sort of, like, everyone flies into the North Pole and they have a North Pole, like, playoffs, nationals, or whatever. They get to host it, and that's really exciting. But maybe the mafia that is off grid there is mad at her for bringing this
Bringing
here
all this attention.
and bringing all this attention
Yeah.
to them, and tries to get her to tell them to not host it, at the North Pole. So it's like disappointing her children or be in trouble with the mafia.
Right, yeah. So she has to figure out like what to do. That's
Yes.
the major conflict.
Yes.
And like what's the solution?
Yes.
I like it. Have we lost our Lady Gaga character?
Not necessarily.
Not necessarily. She could just be
It's not the same dynamic.
right.
But I liked this movie more before we had to shoot in the North Pole.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, but that's studios, baby.
That's the studio note card. I like it. I like that we have like a good solid like
We're gonna have a good solid pitch now.
yeah.
We have a good log line or whatever.
Yeah. All right.
So
We have an emotional core.
we have an emotional core to the movie and some conflicts and
All right.
such.
All right.
All right. So I'm sorry, guys, that we ran out of gas with that producer note.
Hey, that's the game.
That's the game. It was really great. I felt like we were having a great time, and it was really creative and funny. And so the producer decided to change the dynamic of it. But that's Hollywood, baby.
That's
Thank you for listening to this. I hope that you have found some joy in it. I had joy talking, so
Spiders in Superman.
Spiders and Superman.
There it is.
Thank you so much for listening. Good night.
Bye.